So everyone's doing that how hard did age hit you challenge thing, and I don't really get it. Everyone's doing it in a different way, okay? So like, is it supposed to be your first ever Facebook profile photo versus your current Facebook profile photo? Or is it supposed to be you now versus you 10 years ago? I don't really know, but like, here's my first ever Facebook profile photo, and here is my current cover photo, which is from several years ago because I don't really use Facebook. And that's not a great comparison. You can't really see my face. It just looks like I got a haircut. So maybe a little bit better. Here's 2009 me versus 2019 me. I don't know. This trend just seems weird for trans people. Hello, I'm Jackson Bird, and today I thought I would check in with a little bit of a transition update. I haven't done one of these since about 7 months on testosterone. I've sort of done them for top surgery. I kind of did like a 2 years post-top surgery video. Oh, that was a bit more of a rant. But yeah, I am now 3 years post-top surgery and just a couple months shy of 4 years on testosterone. If you want to see all of those like earlier transition videos that I did, I actually put those up on my second channel because back in the day I was like, my channel's not gonna become a trans-only channel. But anyways, yeah, there's a playlist there if you want to see some of my earlier transition videos. But, you know, like most people, I just kind of stopped making them because at a certain point, they're just like, aren't that many changes to report on. But I do usually make some type of video around the anniversary of my top surgery, which was on January 6th in 2016. And I didn't do that yet this year, so I thought I would just do an overall transition update while we're here. Why not? So I guess we'll start with testosterone changes first. Things have been pretty steady for a couple of years now. And I guess one reason that I do actually want to make this video and like update you on where I am and what changes have been over these years, even if there haven't been any recent changes, is because everyone is so different. And I want to make sure that when people are looking into getting on testosterone, they have realistic expectations of what might or might not happen for them. So first things first, facial hair. I'm almost 4 years on testosterone and have less facial hair than some guys who are a couple of months on it. It really depends on your genetics. I mean, I can grow a lot here. All on my neck, beard area, tons of hair. Coming up on the cheeks, pretty good. I could grow a mustache if I like had an awkward phase for a couple of weeks. Like, I gotta shave that every day or else it looks stupid. But it will not grow on my chin. It stops right here. Nothing happening there. So I can't really grow a beard. And I would just, you know, shave off this stupid neck beard thing because everyone hates a neck beard and it doesn't look that great. But when I do, I get misgendered and misaged way more. So the neck beard is here to stay until either the whiskers finally grow on my chin or I, you know, stop looking 16. Oh my god, that is almost half my age. One thing that sort of goes in tandem with the facial hair, for a reason that I'll get to in a minute, is hair loss. So back here, I'm receding a little bit. Is it called receding when it's, I don't know, I feel like I'm losing my hair at that middle area a little bit. I definitely had the thing like right when I started testosterone, I thought I was losing all of my hair because it like squared out, which is totally normal. And then it kind of slowed down, but then I was like, it is going kind of quickly in this way. And then like I said, maybe back there, and I just noticed a lot of hair was falling out. It was thinning more. Fortunately, I have very thick hair, so thinning for me is just getting more to like normal level hair for a lot of other people. But I was also like looking at my older brother whose hair has been receding very quickly, and he's only 2.5 years older than me. So I forgot exactly when it was, but probably multiple years ago. I talked to my doctor about starting on Finasteride, which is a type of medication that you can take to help prevent hair loss. A lot of trans guys take it, but it's sort of, there are pros and cons because it is a DHT inhibitor. And DHT is one of the things that like testosterone is giving you and that you want for certain changes, like facial hair growth. So one of the reasons that I'm probably not growing as much facial hair is because I'm on Finasteride. I'm also not getting that much chest hair, which I'm kind of cool with, but like compared to other men in my family, I am like a hairless mole rat. And that is possibly because of the Finasteride. And I'm kind of okay with that because as much as I would love to have an actual beard and facial hair on my chin, I also really want my hair for several more years. I like my hair a lot. So that's worth it for me. I know for a lot of guys it's not, and also I will find some better resources, information, maybe some videos about finasteride that I'll link to in the description box because I just did a terrible job of describing it. But I do want to say, like, a lot of people are unsure of how effective it is. Even my doctor was asking me, she was like, you know, I write the script for lots of people, but like, does it actually do anything? And, you know, your results may vary, absolutely. But I was talking to a cis man who's in like his 40s or 50s recently, to totally name drop, it was Jazz Jennings' dad. And he told me that he lost quite a bit of hair, had a lot of thinning happening when he was in his early 20s, and then he got on finasteride. He has been on finasteride for over 20 years, and he has not lost any more hair in the whole time he's been on it. That's just one guy, but it seemed pretty promising. So I'm continuing to do the finasteride thing for now, even if it does inhibit some of the other changes I could be getting from testosterone. It's all a balance, and you definitely gotta do a lot of your research and talk to your doctor before making decisions like this. The biggest change that is actually a new change, almost 4 years on, and there's kind of a new change that has been happening, is fat redistribution. Maybe, I think, I'm not sure. Unlike what seems like the majority of people when they go on testosterone, I did not experience any fat redistribution. I guess my waist got a little bit thicker. I don't know, is that fat? Is that muscles? Is that bones? I'm not sure. Your bones get a little bit denser on testosterone. But I did not have like the, oh, magically all of the fat from my thighs and my hips moved to my stomach or something. That didn't happen to me. In fact, I gained a lot of weight, and my hips, thighs, butt all got bigger my first 3 years of testosterone. Within a couple months of starting, I had gained, I think, like 20 pounds. By 3 years on testosterone, I had gained 30 pounds. And some of that was muscle. I was one of those people who, like, within the first couple weeks on T, just, like, bulked up without even lifting weights. And some of it is your bones get a little bit denser. But as it was going on, and like my diet was not changing, my fitness regime was not changing, my tea intake was not changing, my tea levels looked fine, and I was just continuing to steadily gain and gain and gain weight. And so I finally talked to my doctor and my psychiatrist, and we realized, oh, it's this anxiety medication that I've been on since right before I started testosterone. So there were a number of changes in my body that I always thought were testosterone that we finally figured out was that medication. And so I worked with my doctors to slowly change to a different anxiety medication. And it took a while, but after several months, I finally started losing weight. In the last year, I have lost 20 pounds. And I always feel a little bit weird saying it because like I didn't work too hard for it. I just lost the weight that I gained from the medication. But anyways, in losing that weight, I think my fat has finally started to redistribute. The biggest like tangible takeaway from me has been there were like a number of shirts and pants and things that I was uncomfortable wearing because my hips were so big and the way that they like clung to my hips or how I looked. And now my whole wardrobe is my oyster again. Like I feel comfortable and affirmed in my gender wearing a lot of my clothes that I didn't feel comfortable in for a long time before. But the two takeaways from that I want you to take home are, one, you might not have that fat redistribution from testosterone. I have heard of lots of other trans guys who didn't. And two, there are so many other factors in your life that can affect what changes you will see or not see when you're on testosterone. It could be medications that you're on. It could be other medical conditions you have. It could be your age. The younger you are, the quicker and like more extreme of effects you're gonna see. Definitely your genes. You know, what do the men in your family look like? What things did they go through? That's gonna tell you a lot about what's gonna happen to you on testosterone. I feel like there are a lot of narratives about testosterone changes that we see on Instagram and on YouTube and in all of our insular communities that aren't necessarily reflective of the reality all of the time. So I just always want to make sure to put that message out there that like everyone's experience is very different and can depend on so many different things. But you will definitely get some of the changes, and it will be awesome if this is the right path forward for you. As far as voice changes, I almost feel like my voice is a little bit higher now. I mean, I stopped really like documenting the changes in it after a year because it had pretty much settled into where it was gonna be. When I've gone through instances where my T levels were a little bit low, I did notice my voice was a little bit higher. I think my range is probably settled into where it's always gonna be. And the reason that I sometimes think my voice is higher, I think might be because I don't care as much. If I kind of go into a falsetto or something, I feel fine enough in my gender to have that happen. Like if I have to be a little bit louder and it comes out a little bit higher sometimes when I'm in a bar at a party, okay, sometimes that does bother me. But like for the most part, I don't care. I don't care about like trying to sound like I have a super deep masculine voice all the time. Like, it's fine. It's whatever. It's my voice. I like it now. As far as passing goes, I mean, I do get misgendered on occasion. It doesn't happen that much, and it almost exclusively happens if I'm with more masculine presenting women or non-binary people who get read as that way. I don't think I ever get misgendered if I'm in a group of guys or people all being read as guys. And with being read as male more comes all of the weirdness of now having like white male privilege. And I am often read as straight as well until I mention how much I love Downton Abbey and how cute that guy is, and then people are like, wait, what is happening here? But yeah, for the most part, I'm read as like a cis straight white male, and so I'm having to contend with all of those feelings and privileges, and I mean, that is a huge other video that I will make sometime, and that I do talk about on social media from time to time, so hey, why don't you follow me on Twitter and Instagram, @JackIsNotABird. But yeah, let's just like switch gears and talk about top surgery. So I had double incision top surgery on January 6th, 2016 with Dr. Kathy Roomer in Ardmore, Pennsylvania. You can watch some of the videos I made around the time of top surgery and recovery and 1 year after at that link. I had a great experience. Having had several other friends go through top surgery since then, I've realized that I had like an extraordinarily good experience and great recovery. I just kind of lucked out. And since then, it's been pretty good. I have had no other complications. I like how my chest looks. I will say that my scars are maybe a little bit more prominent than I would necessarily like them to be 3 years on, but I also know I am like ghostly pale, and that is how my body works. I mean, I've got another scar on my I'll show you in a minute, but I've got another scar on my chest right now that is literally just from getting a cut from cardboard from moving boxes, because we just moved, hence the new background. So right now I have a scar from a cardboard box. And it'll probably go away in about a year, but even something like that, my body scars from. So I know my body doesn't take to scars very well. So I just gotta live with that. And you know what? If I start working out a little bit more and get some pecs, then they'll kind of be hidden, so I could work on that too. All right, I guess we will do the, here's my chest, cause you gotta see the chest if you're gonna talk about the chest. Oh, I like this angle where you can't see my scars at all. That's pretty nice. So there's my scar from the cardboard box. But yeah, that's how my scars are looking. My nipples are like still, they're not like perfect circles, and the way I'm standing now, they look crooked. I've never thought of them as crooked before, but I guess maybe they are. That's pretty much how my chest is looking these days. But yeah, that's my chest. 3 years post double incision, and I'm pretty satisfied with it. Maybe could have done a couple more push-ups before I shot this though. But I do want to wrap up this transition update by talking about some of the mental and emotional parts of transition, sort of where I'm at with those at almost 4 years on T. I think the biggest thing is that I definitely got to that point a little while ago where I don't think about the fact that I'm trans all the time. I don't feel dysphoric all the time. More of my brain space is taken up by thinking about masculinity and what it means to be a man. You know, I've been getting a lot closer to all of my guy friends and just, you know, feeling that getting older need to want to settle down and thinking a lot about what settling down for the rest of my life and growing old means as a man and as a trans man, and just generally like what it means to be a man in today's society where white men especially are just freaking trash, and I'm a part of that, and how can I be a part of the solution and not the problem? And emotionally, it's been interesting. I've recently been reminded of just how emotional I used to be, both like pre-transition and also just like earlier and throughout my life. My mom was reminding me of what a terrible child I was in middle school. I look back at those times and it's like a little bit mind-boggling to me. Like, I am so much more calm and patient now. I mean, I still have my moments. I still have anxiety. I can still get like aggravated. Still like a good venting session every now and then. But yeah, I'm definitely just way more like calm and at peace. And I don't think that's so much a testosterone thing as just like a general transition thing and like feeling better about where I am in my life and with my person. And when I do get upset, it is definitely more mad than sad. And that could maybe be a testosterone thing. That could also be like, I don't know, a conditioning thing at this point, like living in the world as a man for like 4 years and just sort of like knowing that that's how I'm supposed to express my emotion. I don't know, that's a hypothesis. Even as I say that, that doesn't sound quite right. And like, I do get sad, but even when I'm sad, it's like almost in a mad kind of way, like just like feel everything in my core, and so I just want to like punch something, but I'm also real sad while I do it, if that makes any sense. I can totally cry again though. I was one of those people who like the first several months on T could not cry at all, even if I tried. And that was like in comparison to pre-T, when I don't know if it was the hormones in my body at the time, or I was just like so emotionally unstable. But I remember just feeling like I was constantly fighting the urge to cry. Like if I wasn't always thinking about not crying, then I would just start bawling. And now I well up at like stupid happy things on TV all the time. I was rewatching this episode of Downton Abbey I've seen probably 6 or 7 times. This guest at dinner acknowledged something good that Edith had done. I don't even like Edith as a character, and I started welling up because it was just such a nice moment. So yeah, stupid stuff like that makes me tear up all the time now. But I don't really cry on a sadness. I can't remember the last time that happened. Being sad just makes me want to punch things now. The good news there is that I like go boxing regularly now, so at least I have like a productive, healthy outlet for that feeling. I'm not just like punching walls. I don't want to like perpetuate the myth that testosterone leads more to anger. Like I've read some good research on why it doesn't, but also this is my real lived experience. So I don't know. I'm not sure on all of that. But yeah, I guess those are my main takeaways. 3 years post-op surgery, almost 4 years on T. If you got any particular questions for me, go ahead and leave those in the comments. Others of you who have been on testosterone, please feel free to chime in with your own experiences. But yeah, I will be 4 years on testosterone in April, and I've been working on a big video that was originally going to be a 3 years on T video, so that's how long I've been working on it, and hopefully I'll have that done in May, because that'll be the anniversary of me coming out. But also I recently realized that my 5 years on testosterone is going to be a couple of weeks before my 30th birthday. So that's a lot. And if anyone has ideas for what I should do for either like 5 years on testosterone celebration or my 30th birthday celebration, or just like the year leading up to those things, especially the 30th birthday. I'm in the last year of my 20s, and like I feel like I should do something about that. Like maybe creatively, something on YouTube, I don't know. Also, can we talk about the fact that unless something like really seriously happens with aging, I'm gonna be getting mistaken for a teenager when I'm 30. It just messes with your head, man. If you like this video and you're new around here, please do hit that subscribe button. We're gonna get back in the pattern of new videos every Wednesday afternoon. And if you wanna keep up with me in between videos, you can always follow me again on Twitter and Instagram at JackIsNotABird. Also, I've got a Patreon, I've got a merch store, all kinds of fun things that you can check out. There's links to all of that down in the description box. I'm pretty excited for some of the things that I have coming up in 2019, and I can't wait to take you all along for the ride. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.